Hello. Okay. So a lot of people have said to me that they don't understand half the things I say in some of my videos, terms I use, all of that good stuff. And so I really want to break down for you in a visual way what it is astrologers do and what you can do when you learn astrology. So here is an example of an astrological chart. This is my chart. Um, you can take a chart for any moment in time. All you basically need is the month, the day, the year, the exact time of the moment you're taking the chart for, and the city and state of where you're taking the chart for, or the longitude, latitude of where you are on Earth, what perspective you're coming from, where you're looking at the sky. And basically, a chart is just a picture of the sky at any moment. But what most astrologers do is the natal chart or the birth chart. And that is a chart of the moment you were born and you came to this earth, which is a powerful, powerful blueprint for understanding your life purpose, why you do the things you do, all of that good stuff. So we focus mainly on the birth chart, on people's birth charts to understand things. But again, you could take a chart of an event. You could take a chart of the moment right now. You basically can do a chart of any moment, and it's just a picture of the sky. Now, these little things right here, this little circle around the edge where my arrow is following, are all of the 12 zodiac signs. And the best way to think of them is they're just sections of the sky, okay? 12 sections, each 30 degrees, making a 360-degree circle. And these sections, if you will, are really basically the constellations. And things move through these sections. What things move through these sections? Points and astrological points and then planets. There's a lot of other things. I don't want to confuse you. But let's focus mainly on the planets that go through. Now, the sun right here, this little circle right here, that's the sun. That's the symbol for the sun. So the sun is something that we're all familiar with because we follow the calendar. Yes, we do. So, for example, I was born December 9th. So my sun is in Sagittarius right here. That's this symbol right here. And it was December when I was born. That's when Sagittarius is happening. So I'm 17 degrees Sagittarius because I am about 17 degrees into Sagittarius because Sagittarius starts at the end of November. So that's kind of just very simple. We follow the calendar, the sun follows the calendar. But all the other planets also have a sign. This is what people don't really understand. So the moon was in a sign, Capricorn, when I was born. So my moon, my natal moon is Capricorn. And it keeps going. So there's sun, moon, Mercury right there, Venus, Mars. Then we have Jupiter, Saturn. Then we have Uranus. Ha 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 ha. That's funny, Uranus. And then we have Neptune, and then we have Pluto. Now we have other things in the chart that are so important too. We have this thing called the North and South Node. You're not going to see the South Node. The South Node is directly opposing the North Node, but they don't really put it in the chart, but I do. And it's a point. It's a point in your chart of the nodes of the moon. I'm not going to get too technical with what that is. We'll do another video about that, but I believe the North Node is the most powerful part of your chart. It is what you're learning in this lifetime. It's the energy you're basically deficient in, and you're learning how to embrace that energy, and it's what you want. It's what you want so badly. But the South Node is the energy, directly opposing that, is the energy that's your comfort zone, and it's your golden ticket. It's what you do best. It's what you cling to. And if you stay stuck there, you're never going to grow. So you need to balance both. Okay? Now, another great thing about the chart is you see these little green things out here? That is the current, see up here, transits for March 27, 2013. So that is what's happening in the planets, I'm sorry, what's happening in the sky right now in my chart. See, right now the moon is in my 10th house. Saturn's in my 11th house. See, this is how we do transit or horoscope type of things, right? Now, another important thing to know is these little dark lines right here. These are so big, so big. This dark line is called your rising sign. See, mine is 17 degrees Sagittarius. My sun is just barely making the 12th house. It could have been in the first house if I was born at a different time. See that? So time is very important when you're doing the chart. Okay, so this is my rising sign. This little angle right here describes how I am with myself. Directly opposing that is the descendant. This is how you are with others. Okay? And everyone has this in their chart. It's just what sign it is. And then this little dark line down here, right down here, the IC, that is how I am in my home private world. And then directly opposing that is this line, MC. This is how I am in my public work professional persona. What's so cool about this is that every single person in this world is one way in the home and directly the opposite out in public. And the same, they're one way with themselves and directly opposite with others. Okay? Huge to understand that. So huge. Now, what's cool about the rising sign right here, now you can see up here it says natal chart method. See this right here? Okay, this is the type of house system we're using. I can't even pronounce it. Placidius? I am not a technical astrologer. I don't really care about the technical stuff. But to get kind of geeky and technical, there's different house systems. There's so many things to learn with astrology, but I like this house system. It's the one that works for me. And it basically just means that the houses aren't equal. If you can see in this little description here, well, let's go down here. Look down here. See down here? It tells you what degree each house is. So my second house is 23 degrees Capricorn. See that? And my third house, we miss Aquarius. My third house is 3 degrees Pisces. That's really important to know when you're doing transit work. So you see right here, Neptune, transit Neptune, down here, 4 degrees Pisces. So it just made it into my third house. It left my second house, my house of money, and it just went into my neighborhood house, my mind, mental, neighborhood, communication house, the house of Gemini. Okay, so that's really important. So knowing the degrees. So each house isn't equal. If it was an equal house system, it would either be just equally aligned with the signs, or it could be like 17 degrees and then everything would follow suit, 17 degrees, 17 degrees. But with this house system, it's not the same. Okay, now what's really cool about the houses is each house, 1, 2, 3, 4, all the way to 12, follows the zodiac cycle. So the first sign of the zodiac cycle is Aries. Okay, right down here. My Aries is down here, but is Aries because that starts spring. So house 1 is Aries, house 2 is Taurus, house 3 is Gemini, and so on and so on and so on and so on. And you get the layered cake. A chart is a 3-layered cake, okay? So sun, first layer, in Sagittarius, second layer, in the house of Pisces, third layer. This is why personalities are complex, very complex. And it takes years and years and years to study your chart. It's not just a easy peasy thing. It takes time to really understand the complexities of a person. And then you've got the transit planets coming in and affecting things. You've got there's the thing called the progress chart. You can progress your chart to the age you are. And there's also the energy of other people in your life coming in. So someone else could have a chart where their sun is Leo, and that person's going to fall for me. Their energy is going to fall in my 8th house, and I'm going to experience them totally different than someone has Leo in the first house, right? So complex and interesting what the chart can show. Now, this whole thing is just confusing, right? So let me show you what your chart would look like if you got a design by the astrotherapist. That's me. This is what I turn it into. See, it's the same thing. See the sun right here, sun right here. But what I do is I make everything colors and everything words, so it all makes sense. So the first house is Aries, self-creation. I title everything. I give it like a main title so you can really understand kind of like the beginner understanding of what each house is, what each planet is. So see right here, it says Pluto. And what is Pluto? It's rebirth, rebirth and transformation, right? Let's go to here. Moon, emotional security. So if I was going to read this, I'd say my moon is in the sign of Capricorn. Capricorn, world builder. I want to build worlds. I want to change the world in a practical way, right? I'm ambitious, determined, but it's my moon. It's my emotional security. It's not necessarily my my conscious energy, the sun. It's my subconscious energy, and it's in the first house of self-creation. Okay, now someone could have their moon in Capricorn in the first house, just like me, but they might not have their Mars in moon. So the fact that Mars in Capricorn, Mars in moon, that made sense. Mars in Capricorn. So the fact that I have Mars and moon hanging out together is huge. I have such aggression with my emotions, and it's all in the self house. So for me, I'm really hard on myself, and it's not necessarily something you're going to see on the surface. It's something that's more of an internal thing, because if all of this energy was over here, then I'd be projecting all my all my emotions and all my anger and all my aggression out into the relationship, into other people. But I'm holding it all in with myself. Okay. So this is what's really cool about when you get a chart by me, is it's all easy to read. Everything's colors. So let's look at that. So let's do green. Green I colored for Taurus. Okay? So this house is Taurus. Let's find where the green is. Oh, green over here. The sign of Taurus. Where's the planet that's green? Over here. Now, Venus is ruled by Libra and Taurus. So it's both colors. I made it both colors. But this is the Taurus planet. Okay? Let's do another one. Let's try one of the cardinal signs, which kind of control everything. See these circles? They control everything. That's the cardinal sign. So over here we have gray. Gray is for Cancer, the fourth house. Then I have it over here for the sign of Cancer. Then I have it over here for the moon, because the moon is ruled by Cancer. And then I have it over here because this little angle right here, the IC, is the Cancer angle. It's how you are in your home. Okay, so it's just a little beginner video about what the chart looks like. This is for people who really want to geek out in astrology and want to really learn it. Thank you so much for listening.